The Mavericks preseason opener is in the books, and it did not go their ways. They fall 111-99 to the Minnesota Timberwolves out in Abu Dhabi. Jeffrey Cooperstein and Harrison Graham here to break it all down. 5 things that we learned. And Coop, I think we need to start with, I don't want to say conspiracy theory,
Keep your eye on it.
Something to just store in the back of your mind, folks. Tim Hardaway Jr. did not play in this one. Now, disclaimer, he was listed as questionable with the hamstring injury designation. So, long flight, maybe he tweaked something, maybe it's just a little sore, they're being cautious. There could be a lot of reasons he did not play. Or, if you want to go conspiracy theory,
tinfoil hat.
He said that at media days he didn't know if he was going to be here or not. He didn't love the idea of coming off the bench. I'm going to store this in the stay tuned category, Coop. Let's wait and see where this goes because I think a divorce could happen if a proper trade is on the table.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting when the first wave of reserves came in. Tim Hardaway Jr. was not a part of that team. Now the Mavs did list him as questionable before the game started, so there was a chance he was going to miss the game. Maybe he rode the camel wrong or something over in the UAE where they're stationed. It's just a weird situation all around.
I saw they were playing Xbox in the on the beaches, so maybe or in the sand, so maybe. Who knows?
Who knows what's going on there? Now, I think you made a good point. If he doesn't play on Saturday, I think it's a story.
Yeah, let's see. They play again on Saturday, and if he doesn't play then, I'm not saying he's not injured,
but
he might not be, and there might be more here.
This is at least a developing story that we have to keep our eye on. Whether he's hurt or not, I mean, if he is really hurt, that's a shame because Hardaway's going to be a part of this rotation. If he's not hurt, it's an even bigger story because it means the Mavs and Tim Hardaway do not have a relationship.
I'll put it this way. I would feel a lot differently if at Mavs Media Day, one, he spoke to the media during his scheduled time, which he did not. He was late. And two, if he came out and said, yeah, look, I'm open to playing any role for this team. If that means coming off the bench, I'm going to be the best sixth man I can be. I'm glad to be here. Instead, it was, I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't talked to Jason Kidd about it. Also, I didn't know if I was going to be here or not.
Oh, boy. So we'll see what happens with Tim Hardaway. We'll keep you guys up to date. Hopefully he plays on Saturday, and this is all just a non-story.
Let us know, though. Maybe it is a story. Is he really hurt, or is he not? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm going to give him and the Mavs the benefit of the doubt for now, but let's fast forward 48 hours and see how things sit on Saturday when the Mavericks play again. Okay, takeaway number 2. Luka Doncic is still one of the daddies of the NBA Coop. Played just one half. All he did was score 25 points.
25 of the Mavs, 49 points in the first half, 17 minutes played. Luka's crazy, and me and you have been saying that this could be an MVP year for Luka Doncic. I mean, he's firing on all cylinders right now. Still nursing a thigh injury. It did not look like he was hurt whatsoever. He was doing whatever he wanted to on the court. He was really the only bright spot in this game for the Mavericks today, who otherwise really struggled on the offensive end. But Luka's still that guy, and he's going to be that guy for the Mavs this year.
We're going to touch on the rookies here in a little bit because that was an area I wanted to focus on and see how that looked. Not the best of starts, but we'll circle back to that here in just a moment. Before we get to the third thing we learned and our third takeaway here, help us out. Hit that subscribe button here on Dallas Mavericks.
We need
today.
you to subscribe to the channel.
We need to get to 25,000 subs before opening night. We're less than 200 away. Help us get there. Let's make it happen. If you want more preseason and training camp coverage, we are the channel for you. It's youtube.com/MavsTV. Coop and Harry going to be here all season long. All right, another positive, though, Coop, before we get to those rookies. Good showing from Jaden Hardy, 4 of 10, gotten double figures in this one. And, I don't think he's going to be a 50+% from the field guy, but I think if he can play that microwave role off the bench, that would certainly be nice to see.
Look, I think number 3 is kind of related to number 1. If Jaden Hardy is playing well, that means Tim Hardaway is probably not in the rotation and vice versa. If Tim Hardaway's in the rotation, Jaden Hardy's probably not getting a lot of minutes. So that all really depends on each other. I really liked what I saw from Hardy, though. I mean, it was kind of a showing of what we saw at the end of last year where he's not really afraid to go get his shot on the offensive end. And he's a guy that the Mavs can turn to if Luka and Kyrie aren't on the floor to be able to run the offense. So I like what I saw from Hardy, and I want him to grow on this performance. Hopefully in the second game in Abu Dhabi, he'll get more minutes and get more chance to run the offense.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a pure gunner. I mean, he can really score the basketball. He's looking to score the basketball. The kid doesn't lack confidence at all. So that's certainly good to see, and hopefully something to build on as we progress into the preseason and obviously into the regular season as well. Today's show sponsored by Prize Picks. NBA season just around the corner, and I know on a night-to-night basis I'm going to be playing daily fantasy sports with Prize Picks. If you're looking to spice up your game day experience, look no further than Prize Picks right now. How does it work, you ask? Well, here's how. You pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go for more or less than their Prize Picks projection, you can win up to 25 times your money on any given entry. Now, obviously, the regular season isn't here quite yet, but you can do season-long projections as well. I told you guys go more than on Luka Doncic's points. He scored 25 in the first half alone in this one. I still feel good about that on a season average to get 32 or more. And then Kyrie Irving, who struggled a little bit tonight. I think he's going to have a good season, but I think it's going to be more of an efficient approach. Hopefully he's more of a distributor as well than he has been in the past of his career. So I took the less there on his scoring totals for this season. 20 to win 60, but again, you can win up to 25 extra money. And get started right now. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS. That's letters CLNS to get a deposit match up to $100. What's awesome about PrizePicks is A, it does not take very long to make your entries, less than 60 seconds. And B, you're not playing against other people. You're not playing against pros and sharks. It's just you versus the projections. Get started right now. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Code CLNS to get that deposit match up to $100. All right, Coop, let's talk about the Rooks. Not a great first outing for Derek Lively and Omax Prosper. I think between the two in the first half, which is all they ended up playing, 2 points, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Especially on the offensive end, it just wasn't a good showing. They really didn't look like they knew what they were doing on the offensive end. Now, there was one nice play where Lively caught an alley-oop from Luka off a pick and roll, so that was nice to see that Lively has that in his game, but these guys are obviously rookies, and they looked like rookies. It's kind of what you expect in a first NBA game from those guys. So I'm not really – the alarm bells aren't sounding off per se, but these guys got the start. I think Jason Kidd really wanted to see what they could do with the first unit, and I don't think it would be fair to say they took advantage of their opportunity.
Yeah, the earlier returns are, well, they're rookies, and game one, not necessarily a check mark in the right column.
And this is something that we really are looking for in the preseason because I think the Mavs, in order to hit their ceiling as a team this year, these guys need to play, and they need to play often and play well because their skill sets and their body types are really going to help the Mavs down the stretch, especially in the form of Omax Prosper, who's a really athletic wing that can defend.
And look, it seems like they're looking for any reason for Lively to take the reins of the starting center position. I think
they want him to.
I think they know that they don't have great options in Dwight Powell and Rashawn Holmes, so they're giving him this opportunity. It's up to him to take advantage. Not a great first start. We'll see if they can respond on Saturday, but hopefully as it goes along, it looks better. And again, they're rookies, first real game action against real NBA competition, not the Summer League or anything like that. So obviously we're going to give these guys some time, but you were hoping to see a little more flash than we saw today, and that certainly was not the case.
One thing I also want to see from Prosper is he looked a little afraid to just take his shots. I think that when he's open at the three-point line,
he has to shoot.
Let it fly, man. I mean, he was good at Marquette from three-point range, so it's something that he's going to have to be able to do in this offense is when he gets the ball, he's going to have the confidence instilled in him to be able to shoot because if he's not shooting, the Mavs can key in on the paint, they can key in on Luka, and it makes it that much harder for the Mavs.
Look, the bottom line is if he's playing with Luka and Kyrie and he's not catching and shooting open threes, then he can't be on the floor.
Can't be on the floor.
Right?
Absolutely agree.
It's just not. And look, he doesn't have to shoot 40%. Shoot 34, 35%. Just be respectable from there. So teams at least have to respect that. But if you're not willing to shoot, then that's kind of a problem. So hopefully that's part of the teaching point when they review the film on this one. Like, hey, man, catch and shoot right there. It's open. You got to take that shot. So certainly something to learn from, which hopefully these rookies do. And then we've kind of mentioned it, Coop, but it's preseason. It's overseas preseason.
Yes.
Like,
they're 8,000 miles away from home. And I think Brian Damaris made a good point on the broadcast is like, this is not really the time that you're implementing system install and practicing things that you're going to work in a game. This is a time for team bonding and team chemistry. You're going to a place that most of these guys haven't been to. You're exploring a new culture, and you're experiencing that as a team. So I think that's the most important part of this preseason tour is that the Mavs are coming together as a team and team chemistry because that will translate on the court later.
And the bottom line, too, is it should look better by the end of the preseason than it does at the beginning. So even though it wasn't a great start for some of these guys, A, it's good to see Luka looks ready to go. I mean, I think if opening night was tomorrow, he'd be locked and loaded. And B, it's game 1 of the preseason. It's not, game 4, game 5, whatever the case may be. So still lots to build on, and hopefully Saturday is a step in the right direction. But Coop, a little bit of a taste today. If you're excited for real Mavericks basketball,
spam me in the comment
section.
What
are we, 2 weeks away?
October 24th, so we're about 20 days away, I believe.
Less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, about 20 days away from opening night. 3 more preseason games to go, 1 more in Abu Dhabi, 1 in Madrid, and then 1 at home. And then we're ready, man. Go to San Antonio, see Victor Wembanyama, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's basketball season. October is the best month of the year.
Spam me in the comments. Coop and I are going to be here for all of it here on Mavericks Today.
If you want an instant reaction, go check out the short that I posted on our channel earlier as well. We'll be doing that pretty much for every single game as soon as the game ends.
Let's go. He's Jeffrey Cooperstein. I'm Harrison Graham. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.